Hey y'all, in today's video we'll be decorating a lot of my house for fall. I am super excited. This is my favorite time of year by far. I got married in the fall and I just love all of the colors. So we're gonna start out with decorating the living room. We'll be decorating the fireplace, the TV stand, some of the little side tables. We'll also be decorating the dining room and the kitchen today. And that includes the piano, the dining room table, and several countertop spaces. I recommend getting you some hot tea or pumpkin spice latte, sitting down and relaxing and watching the video. Honestly, the worst part about decorating has got to be going up into the attic and looking for everything. We do have most things pretty well organized, but every year after I add a little bit more, it always gets a little messy up there. I went up there by myself first so I could find all of the boxes that did need to come down. I brought them up to the front of the attic, and then my husband came and helped me get them all down because several of them are pretty heavy. So that did make that process quicker. Alright, so here's all the boxes. We will be taking everything out of the boxes soon, but for now, my husband wanted to hang this picture. So this was one of my very first DIYs. We both made it together, and our very first year that we were married, we really couldn't afford a whole lot, and so I had found this on Pinterest, and honestly, it's one of my favorite things yet. First things first, I open up the empty box and put all of the regular decor in there, and my husband is going to start opening up the fall boxes, and I like to see what I have every year. So what I will do is take everything out of the box, lay everything out on all of the couches. My mom did have the kids this day, so it was a lot easier to do this, because if not, I know baby girl would have been all over the pumpkins and everything. So thankfully she kept them for us. Okay, I told y'all that I liked pumpkins, and now you can see I was not lying. Obviously, I have a ton of pumpkins. I have collected for more than 10 years. Me and my husband have been married for almost 10 years. I did start collecting a few things before we got married because our fall wedding, we had a bunch of pumpkins there. And also, we have had my parents and his parents give us fall decorations for Christmas and for Thanksgiving. And so yeah, I have just collected over the years. Me and my mom usually do a DIY every fall. I made the basket wreath in one of my previous videos. So yeah, I definitely have a lot of stuff, but I've collected over time. Here I decided I was a little overwhelmed, so I needed some hot tea. So I went ahead, stopped, made some hot tea so we would have something to enjoy while we were decorating. So this is actually a special loose leaf tea that I get from a store in downtown, and I absolutely love it. This flavor is hazelnut cookie, and it is perfect for the fall. My favorite place to start every year is the fireplace, because it is the main focal point. When you open the front door, that's what you see, is the fireplace. So I love to decorate it. It's also the coziest in my opinion. So I like to use the prettiest things on the fireplace. And so here my hubby is going ahead and putting up the garland for me. We always put tiny little nails in the very top because that has seemed to hold up the best. Sometimes command strips will do a good job, but we can use this from our fall leaves and then all the way to our Christmas garland. This cute pumpkin that I'm about to hang up, I actually made a couple of years ago with my mom. It was a very easy DIY. Now, one piece of it did pop off, so I'm gonna need to hot glue it, but I did fix it by the end of the video, you will see. So just stay tuned. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, we changed things, I'm not kidding, maybe like 20 times, especially down on the bottom. And then also, I was not satisfied with the flowers that were in the top vase, so I did switch them out. I still used them in the bedroom. That will be in the next video, but yeah, we changed this out. So if you see things looking different than the end result, that is why, because we could not decide fully. Here we are still contemplating the left bottom side of the fireplace. We just weren't satisfied with it, but I wanted something taller than the white pumpkin there. I just couldn't figure out what, but actually my husband came up with an idea, and I trusted him, I trusted the process, and we wound up loving it. So you'll see that in just a few minutes. Alright, so here he goes. I am definitely skeptical at this point because this is a tray that I usually use on my kitchen countertop, and you can tell by my face, I'm like, okay, I don't see the vision yet. But he told me to trust him, and I did. He's actually pretty good at decorating, honestly, and he doesn't normally get to decorate for fall with me. He's normally working, but he was off that day, so he was able to help me. And y'all look, he did such a good job. So there's the tray in the back. He has this little bead garland hanging off of that. And then that really cozy lantern, it has a candle that is battery operated, so it comes on in the evenings. And then you'll see a close-up of the pumpkins. I love these pumpkins. I got them at a yard sale for $2 each. And they are the crocheted pumpkin, stacked pumpkins. You cannot make those for $2 each. To make those would actually be a lot more expensive. So yeah, he placed them on there, and then there's like tiny pumpkin and leaves, and it turned out so cute. You'll see a close-up at the end of the video. This is a random pause here, but I had to show y'all, I absolutely love this Black & Decker vacuum. It's a handheld, and we got it last year. I love it, and I use it all the time. So I wanted to show y'all how good it picked up this trash that had dropped off while I was using some of the flower decoration. So here I've started decorating the TV stand. I have collected these candlesticks all along throughout these 10 years, or I've had some gifted to me, and I absolutely love faux candles, real candles. They just add that ambiance that you need at night. And I really like to have the battery operated with the timer, so you don't even have to worry about it. It just comes on in the evenings while you're sitting there, and it's super cozy. So I missed some of the footage of me decorating the TV stand, but I did get the garland as well. And so I started out by taping this garland up, and I knew it wasn't going to stay, but I wound up using command hooks later, and it does stay really good with that so far, and I knew it would. I just didn't have them with me at the time, and so yeah, I used tape, but it fell like maybe 3 times. So I wound up using the command hooks. The tiny ones, they work perfect for really light garland. The piano may be the second best thing to decorate. To me, it just looks really cozy. I love the color of the piano because that darker brown with fall decorations and Christmas decorations, it just looks so good. So I always start off by adding my garland first on my piano. Now, I can get by with just taping it because it doesn't just hang down and it doesn't really get touched that often. So yeah, you can get by with just hanging it with, or getting it to stay up there with tape. As you can see, I'm taking a hot tea break. I'm trying to decide where I want things. I did wind up using that pretty white pumpkin on the piano. So that is a faux pumpkin, and I got it for $2 at that same yard sale as I got the crocheted pumpkins. And that is a crazy good deal. That was one of them. I believe it was originally from Hobby Lobby, and they are really expensive, even half off at Hobby Lobby. And a lot of times, I don't believe that they have them in stock anymore, or they put them up before they go to like 85 or 90%. So yeah, I got it for a really good deal. I was really excited about it. And I do know that having faux pumpkins is not always a popular thing, but it is more affordable. If you can collect faux pumpkins all along, you can use them every year. And a lot of times you can find them on clearance either at Walmart, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, several places. And I can afford that better than I could putting live pumpkins in every year. Now I do like to use live pumpkins outside. That's mostly what I use, or I have some wooden pumpkins. But as you'll see later on, in the season, I will have live pumpkins outside. But yeah, it's just a lot more affordable to collect indoor pumpkins for them to be faux. Honestly, I use this table runner for most of the year, sometimes all year. I actually used it all year this year, and I will just add different things on top for like spring or winter or whatever. And then the other side of this table runner is a Christmas table runner. It has some really pretty gold details in it. And then I've been using these table mats for most of the year as well. It's just neutral, and then you can add whatever you want for each season on top of it. So I really enjoy doing that. Honestly, this year I kind of struggled how I wanted to decorate the dining room table too. So it wasn't just the fireplace, it was also the dining room table. You may see a few things that have changed if you can notice in the very end. But I move things around. I bring whatever pumpkins or decor I have left, and you can just play around with it, decide what you like. here is most of my fall decor that I have for the kitchen. I also brought in some other decorations that I had in the living room, like some of the pumpkins and things. And then I've had this tiered tray for a while. I believe I got it, I want to say at Hobby Lobby, or maybe it was Target. Maybe it was Target. I remember it was really cheap, and I just use it usually for fall and for Christmas, and sometimes for other things. But here, some of the stuff I've collected over the years. The little thing on the very bottom that has the basket of apples, my mom made a year or two ago. And I love just collecting all along and changing things up throughout the year. Honestly, I usually don't like the way this part of the countertop turns out in my kitchen for fall. Because you can see it on both sides, it's really hard to make it look good on both sides. But me and my husband think that I actually did a good job this year. Some of the signs are double-sided, and then the ones that aren't, I tried to hide in front of a pumpkin or something. So I was really excited about that. I also struggled here, like, I moved so many things around, like tried little pumpkins, bigger pumpkins, colored pumpkins. I finally settled on the twine pumpkin and some little cozy, like, it isn't the crochet, but it's like the little blanket pumpkins. I got those 90% off last year at Hobby Lobby. And to end the decorations off in the kitchen, you have to have a fall towel, in my opinion. And so that's what I placed last. Now I hope y'all enjoy the rest of the video. So y'all stay tuned for the next video. I'll be decorating my bedroom and the front porch. And if y'all liked this video, please give it a like and subscribe. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.